What is going on, and welcome back to the Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. Today we are taking on Brno in the MOL Cup semi-final and our final regular season game of the season against Viktoria Plzen before we go into the Champions Group. Form has been fine since we were here last. We have a very, very tight top of the table at the moment. I think it's 4 teams that are, one bad result, and you could go from first to fourth. That's interesting. It's, if you're not watching this, I don't know what's wrong with you. But if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Right, fellas. So since we were here last in the fantastic victory over Slavia Prague, we went and drew 2-2 with Jablanek, which was quite a frustrating game. All the goals were scored in the first half, and then Jarn Florin got himself sent off because we were so short of defenders that he had to start at right back. And as you can see, Victor Mokoko missed a penalty. It was a slightly rotated side because we were struggling, shall we say, with injuries and suspensions. As you can see, Holek continues to just be not great. So for the Sigma Omoloch game in the MOL Cup quarter-final, we played Manuel Tapia, gave him his debut. Pretty sure it was his debut. He played pretty good, so that was fantastic. We won 3-0. Ansa before scored, I think it's only his third goal of the season. Chaldek and Memberberry also getting on the score sheet. Chaldek has just been... he's just fantastic. Chaldek has stepped in and taken over where Chowdhury left off. Maybe not scored as many goals as... I suppose, yeah, he's got like 20 something, I think. But then against Karvina, we won 3-2. A little bit scarier when they scored their consolation goal in the 70th minute, but we still managed to come out of it with the victory. Holech in that game played a 7. So inconsistent, which is fantastic. That's exactly what you want from a goalkeeper. Super inconsistent, doesn't do anything on a regular basis that other than scare the shit out of you. Then we went and played against Opava, bottom half team, 2-2. Calais scored, which he hasn't scored too many goals, scored like 3 this year. But our defence did not have a great time. Holech got a 6.3, Muller with a 6.2, Garrido with a 6.7. We did have to play Andre Kuban because I think we had a number of players suspended or injured for this game as well. So as you can see, like Zach played a 6.5, Yarelin played a 6.3. Just wasn't great. And then against Bohemians, again, I was not a happy boy. They took the lead. We went in at halftime, 1-0 down, and then Ansa before came on and scored, which was beautiful. I think we did go to 3 strikers fairly early on. Rosales also scored a goal in that game. Conatar and Memberberry picked up injuries, and the two of them not fit to play today. So that's not ideal. And Juan Serrano had a shocking game, as did Chaldek. But that is not important. As I said in the intro, actually Viktor Plzen are just a little bit further back, but we are, after dropping to 3rd because of those 2 draws we had, as you can see, Opava 15th. Also, would not like to be in the relegation playoff in this one, because Brno really the only ones that are even remotely safe, because Karvina, Tbilisi, Varnsdorf, Opava and Dukla Prague separated by 3 points. Relegation zone is mental, but we are 3 points behind Slavia Prague. But as we know, we can beat them. We've beaten them every time we played them this year. I expect us to continue doing as we have been. Memberberry, as I said, isn't fit for today's game. We do have some players that are just recovering. So Thomas Kral's played a couple of games since he came back from injury. He is going to start on the bench today. Conatar could start, but I'm just not going to bother. Rosales got injured yesterday. Says he can play. I don't really want to risk him. And same with Memberberry. Just 2 players are going to leave. Sat on the bench, we'll see what happens when we play Viktoria Plzen in the next match. So for this one, we are starting with Tapia in goal because, like I said, he's been in much better form than Holic and Jordanov. It's just not that very not very good, to be fair. Muller, Garrido, Salimi, and Barnes are going to be our back four. Zach and Tischler in central midfield. Sipek, Serrano, and Calais behind Chaldek. Serrano starts because Krall is only able to play 45 minutes. I don't want to overplay him because Krall is a player I quite like, and I would like to keep him from getting injured again straight away. So we're going to tell the lads, don't let our good run of form end. Just going to pump our fists at everybody and just be like, go out and do a football. All right, going to send the assistant to that. Our form, like I said, as you saw, it's good, but there's a lot of draws, which I'm not a big fan of. Interested to see how Tapia does, because this is pretty much his opportunity to prove that he should be starting for our final 5 games of the season, or final 6 games of the season, I suppose. And he's not started off all that well. Although I think that was Salimi's mistake originally with his... No, it was Tischler. Tischler with the poor pass. This is just a cup game. It would be nice if we could win the MOL Cup. Not going to pin my hopes and dreams on it. We do play Viktoria Plzen in like 3 days. So, Serrano just puts it wide. If the opportunity arises for us to make substitutions and bring some of the more important players off, then I will. Tischler, after that mistake, down to a 6.3. I'm going to demand more. We're 20 minutes in. I'm not happy. Tischler probably going to be coming off. Vorel would probably be coming on for him. Calais is not having a great game. Not ideal. Just give a bit of encouragement. Just tell the lads, do something, please. I'm asking nicely. We've had 8 shots, 4 on target. They've had 1 shot, 1 on target, and it was a goal. We're not going to do anything. No. Going to end the second half, or end the first half with no more highlights. Fantastic, lads. Fantastic. You're doing swell job. Oh, we're getting a highlight. Sipek back to Muller. Finds Serrano. Beautiful ball across to Sipek. And how did that not go in? Serrano with the corner. Almost found Garrido. But unfortunately, nothing happens from the end of it. We're going to thrash my arms and say, that was not good enough. I'm going to point my finger and tell everyone to step up. I expect him to win this match. Why are we not pressing? We need to trigger press their centre backs. Fuck it, we'll do it the right back. So, right. Tischler not having a great game. He is composed. That's something, I guess. I'm going to leave it as it is for right now. Yeah, we're leaving it as it is for now. We just got unlucky. They've had 2 shots. There's nothing to worry about yet. Serrano, Chaldek heads over. Serrano's corner came to nothing. We're probably going to go 2 up top. Maybe. That is probably the plan. I'm just looking at Tischler on his 6.2 and just being like, he's been quite an important player for the last couple of seasons. And he's just made a boo-boo today. Like, to be fair, we should not be losing to Brno. Another team we've beaten, I'd say, every time we've played them since we joined. Serrano gets it through to Barnes. What can Barnes do with it? Finds Calais. Calais gets it across and Sipek's just headed over. Okay, time to make a change. Boop. I'm going to take Serrano, bring him back to play in central midfield. Tischler is coming off and we're going to bring on before, who has recently become a complete forward. We like a complete forward here. So he is going to be playing as the complete forward. Kalle is not having a great game. Could bring on Drazic. Do I want to bring on Drazic? No. Alright, so 4-2-4. They've had a player go off injured. We need to go back to attacking. We've had 15 shots. We've had 5 times their shots and they've scored 100% more goals. Garrido heads clear. Calais picked it up. Has before ahead of him. It's just such a bad pass. Salimi back to Garrido. Finds Serrano. Serrano dinks forward. Calais or Chaldek. Yes, Chaldek. Absolute beast. All the credit should go to Serrano for the assist. Yeah, but Chaldek is the one that put it away. Interestingly, Odd from Norway came in and tried to loan 2 of our strikers. One of them was Zach Zipek. It's pinged off somebody in the box. Zach gets it across. Zipek onside. Delightful. Well done. Odd came in and tried to sign Chaldek on loan. For absolutely nothing. Like, I think they paid like 60% of his wages if he played, but nothing if he didn't. And they tried to sign one of the other strikers. I don't remember who it was now. Probably was Ansa before, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. We're going to bring Drazic on to play on the left wing because Calais has just been not very good. We do have 20 minutes left, so we're going to leave our final substitution for such a time as when we need it. Because we might have an injury that needs fixing. Jablanek, missed a penalty. I'd love to play Jablanek in the final because they are a rival of ours and we've struggled somewhat against them. So it'd be nice for the first time we beat them to be in a cup final. Because obviously that's what everyone wants. Beat your rivals in a final. We're going to take Serrano off for Krell. Give Krell like 5-ish, maybe 10 minutes, depending on what added time we get, for him to just kind of run around the pitch a little bit. Thomas Krell. That man is fantastic. I've almost forgotten about Isaac. I miss Isaac. So Krell ended up getting 11 minutes on the pitch in his recovery from injury. That is all that's important. Tischler absolutely shit the bed. Are they really? Yeah, okay, there we go. I was like, are they really not going to let me give out to him for being the one that made the mistake? So we'll be back in just a second for the game against Viktoria Plzen. We find out how we're going to be doing going into the Champions Group stage. Don't go anywhere. So it is the final day of the regular season, and hopefully we can put a bit of distance between ourselves and Viktoria Plzen. This could be the downfall of their season, because if we beat them, then they're being cut adrift, much like Slovako and Sigma Omoluch, who could actually drop out of the top 6 if Mlad Bolesov do us a favour and beat Slavia Prague, and we also need Tbilisi to beat Sparta Prague. So I'm not holding out much in the way of hope, but this is fine. We're making a number of changes for this game because we have some of our players back from injury. Peterzak, unfortunately, is suspended for this game. Not ideal, but Tapia is going to continue in goal for this one because he was acceptable in the last one, and Holech playing a 6.48. Don't really want to have him in goal in case he just has one of those games. So we're going to continue with Muller, Greedo, Salimi and Barnes in the defence. Serrano moves back to play in central midfield alongside Tischler. Rosales, Krall and Memberberry come in to sit behind Chaldek. So 3 changes, if I'm not mistaken. 3 changes indeed, and they are all in our attacking midfield 3. So we just need to beat Viktoria Plzen, who we also play in the cup final. Exact revenge. Get some revenge on them, lads. We're going to point the finger and tell everyone that I have faith in them. Angrily tell them I have faith. I have faith in you. Go and do the football stuff. Recent form looks a lot better now that we only have 1 draw on it. Slavia Prague's form, to be fair, hasn't been the best either. So that's been keeping everyone just a little bit happier. Well, on our end anyway. Serrano with a corner, misses everybody, but Memberberry's there to pick it up. Memberberry cuts inside and it's gone down as an own goal. I thought the keeper palmed it in, but Memberberry's shot must have gone in off the defender's head. The guy who missed the header originally puts the ball in the back of his own net. He was... If you're the Viktoria Plzen manager, you must be sitting there going, what are you doing? Looking in the wrong direction. What are you doing? Slavia Prague have taken the lead in their game. Should have expected as much. To be fair, like the fact that they're playing Mlad Boleslav, kind of expected them to win the game. We need to keep an eye on the Sparta Prague game as well, because that is an important game for... Did Tbilisi have a player sent off or a player come off injured? Barnes gets the ball across. Chaldek has absolutely sliced the shot. Rosales, by the way, has been pretty good on the right wing. Put him there because I think we were short right wingers for a game. And I was like, well, Rosales and Chaldek can play there. Chaldek has been in good goal scoring form. Rosales... Oh, it's injured. Okay. So I was like, just put Rosales out there, see how he gets on. He actually played really quite well. We're playing him as an inside forward. Not really an inside forward, but I could swap him to an inverted winger, which I probably will do for... he's playing quite well. I don't want to rock the boat. So we'll see what happens. But we do have the option to go to 3 up top, because both our wide men can play up front quite effectively. Memberberry, quite good at playing, is a trequartista. Thankfully, Viktoria Plzen put the ball over. Sparta Prague still being held by Tbilisi, which is unexpected, but also much appreciated. Barnes somehow gets the ball through, and Rosales just puts the ball wide. We've gone in at half time. I'm gonna point our finger and say, do more football. You have the ability, now prove it. Like, I've motivated Chaldek by telling him that I'm not happy with how he's playing in front of goal. To be fair, he hasn't scored. He is a striker. It's like his job. I'm pretty sure in his job description it says score goals. So we're just going to go in, give the lads a pat on the back, tell them to go out and be better at football. And now we're going to start the second half and see how we get on. We do have a couple of impact players on the bench. Yaralim originally was going to start at left back, decided against it because Barnes has been in pretty decent form, and Rosales puts it wide again. But like, if we need to, Yaralim can come on for Charlie Barnes, who so far isn't having a great game. Serrano has just put that over. We have Anas before Drazic, Sipek, all these attacking players who could come on if needs be. Varel has actually been decent when he has come on. So he's played a few games and he's done better than I expected, because he is only 16. Is he 17 now? He's still a young lad. He's a young whippersnapper. But Salimi takes the ball confidently from the goal kick. Tapia gets it to Garrido, who's stepped into Panak's role quite effectively. Chaldek puts the ball forward and Tischler just doesn't have the pace to get there ahead of Casali. Casali punts it forward. Garrido's there to pick it up. Serrano trying to put Memberberry through. Oh, Chaldek is onto it. Chaldek slots it in the bottom. bottom corner. Easy past the keeper. We're playing Viktoria Plzen in the MOL Cup final. It's this. We play them twice more before the end of the season. Once in the league, that was, Krell. Their centre-back Krell is just having an absolute mare of a game. Scores an own goal and then is sold short on a pass from his centre-back partner. Memberberry just put that over. I'm going to make a few changes because we are in the 70th minute. We haven't made any substitutions yet. We're going to bring Krall off for Drazic, make him a shadow striker. Serrano can be an advanced playmaker. We'll leave it at that for that. We're going to take off Barnes and bring on Yaralim. Just give Yaralim a little run around. Just see how he gets on. Just give the lad a chance to stretch his legs. He hasn't played for a couple of games. And let's keep an eye on fitness. Everything seems to be going acceptably. Maybe give the lads a bit of praise. Ooh. You, sir. We have had 30 shots, only 2 goals, 15 on target. Their goalkeeper's playing quite well. And 5 minutes left. Final substitution. A lot of our players are tired. I'm going to take Tischler off for Vorel, who wants to be a playmaker, but he's not very playmakery. So Vorel is going to come on as our box-to-box. Drazic isn't having an amazing game. Not overly worried about Drazic. He's not really first choice anymore. Rosales puts it wide again. But it's fine. We've won this game unless they can score twice in negative 30 seconds. Memberberry has picked up a little bit of a knock by the looks of it, along with one of their players. Muller's headed the ball clear. We're playing added at a time. Garrido and Tapia are just like, we're just going to play football with each other. Salimi, beautiful triangles. The lads with the triangles. Salimi finds Drazic. Chaldek is through. Chaldek's just going to run to the corner. No, wants another goal. Rosales finds Chaldek. Whips it across. Memberberry's back on the pitch. And it was comfortable for the goalkeeper. I didn't actually see what the score in the other games were. So we're just going to pop it in here. See how the other games went and ended. Awaiting media reaction. I had to have a team meeting with the lads before the match about the title aspirations. And I was like, don't worry about it, lads. Nothing to worry about. Sparta Prague, 93rd minute. The police had players sent off as well. Okay, so it's still a 3-point gap. But we've opened the gap to Viktoria Plzen. So it is a 3-horse race for the title. Damn it. There's still only 3 points covering the bottom 5. This season is insane. So for the next episode, we're going to come back and we are going to play some Champions group games. And we have the MOL Cup final as well. So lots to look forward to. So we'll jump in and see how we get on in the next episode. If you have enjoyed this one though, do make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Love it. If you did, I much appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.